Darth Sidious is undisputedly the most powerful Sith Lord in Star Wars canon, and definitely in the conversation in Star Wars Legends. His command over the dark side of the Force is immense. He not only holds knowledge of abilities such as dark side rituals and powerful Force lightning, but his raw ability with the Force is also extremely notable. In addition, Sidious is also an extremely talented lightsaber duelist. In large, Sidious is as intimidating a lightsaber duelist as he is due to his insane levels of Force-based physical augmentation, an ability utilized by many Jedi and Sith that allows the Force to intensify one's physical capabilities to the point where they are capable of things they wouldn't be without the use of the Force. Sidious over the course of his duels is constantly funneling darkside energies throughout his body that guide his blade and allow him to match the speed of incredible lightsaber duelists like Master Yoda, and even utterly embarrass several Jedi Masters, based off solely his superior blade work and speed. While pondering on Sidious's immense power, I began to become curious as to why exactly this was. What about Darth Sidious caused him to stand above the rest? While Sidious's midichlorian count is extremely impressive, which does account for some of his power, once we look at him on a deeper level and the nature of the dark side itself, the key to his true power is revealed. What if I told you the reason Sidious excels on the dark side is due to him suffering from a mental illness? You might think I was crazy. See what I did there? But let's think about this. Palpatine is nearly the perfect embodiment of a sociopath. The definition for a sociopath says this: a person with a personality disorder manifesting itself in extreme antisocial attitudes and behavior and a lack of conscience. Based off the beginning of the definition, you might be asking, during the prequels, Sidious never really displayed any antisocial behaviors, and you would be correct. However, in the years following the rise of the Empire, Sidious trailed off. He adopted mostly a solitary existence, only emerging from the darkness when absolutely necessary. Sidious found ruling as the Emperor to be mundane, and always himself believed he was meant to conquer, not rule the galaxy. Regarding his lack of conscience, I think his displays over the series alone really help to illustrate this, but I find this quote to be the perfect example of it. It has been said that anyone who knows the ways of the Force can set her or himself up as a king on any world where only she or he knows the ways of the Force. Any Jedi could do this, but the Jedi, fools that they are, adhere to a religion in which the Force is used only in the service of others. How short-sighted of them. Is that not why they lost the galaxy to the dark side? Based off this quote alone, Sidious displays such a lack of a moral conscience that he is even perplexed when others with power conduct themselves selflessly. Before he was even Sidious, and a young boy, he displayed behavior similar to this. On one occasion, Palpatine's father purchased a brand new top-of-the-line speeder for a young Palpatine, and over the course of his first drive, he brutally crashed into several bystanders, killing them. Illustrating after the collision, he cared little for the people that perished, and was solely concerned with the well-being of his new toy. Palpatine's Sith Master Plagueis even once commented on his student's insanity, comparing him to a serial killer. This was the direct quote: "You have the Force, my apprentice, and the talent to lead. More, you have the bloodlust of a serial killer, though we need to hold that in reserve unless violence serves some extraordinary purpose. We are not butchers, Sidious, like some past Sith Lords. We are architects of the future. How long? Not a standard day sooner than a decade." So Palpatine being a sociopath may be the case, but how does this relate to his ability in the dark side? To understand this, we must explore the nature of the darkness, but more importantly, what holds it back. As Yoda would comment, the dark side is exaltation of self, already viewing yourself above others. In many cases, sociopaths really only learn how to care for one person, themselves. Thousands of years before Palpatine, Revan studied the nature of the dark side of the Force, and concluded what the major things that held Sith Lords back from reaching their full potential in the darkness was. Revan said this: "True power can come only to those who embrace the transformation. There can be no compromise. Mercy, compassion, loyalty, all these things will prevent you from claiming what is rightfully yours. Those who follow the dark side must cast aside these conceits. Those who do not, those who try to walk the path of moderation, will fail, dragged down by their own weakness." Revan here clearly states the biggest factors that hold the Sith back: mercy, compassion, and loyalty, all things Palpatine never even had to begin with. The main things that prevent the Sith from attaining the power they desire is themselves, and the inherently light side emotions most beings are naturally born with. Because Palpatine originally lacked the ability to truly care for others on a deeper level, beyond simply what they could offer him, he was allowed to initially better command the dark side of the Force. Palpatine's insanity is the reason he was so naturally gifted in the dark side, even before he was discovered by Plagueis. The Code of the Sith says this: "Peace is a lie. There is only passion. Through passion I gain strength. Through strength, I gain power. Through power, I gain victory. Through victory, my chains are broken. The Force shall free me. The chains referenced in the code are the things that hold the Sith back. By being allowed to naturally bypass many of these chains, Palpatine better commands the dark side. Time after time, when we see Sith adopt traits such as compassion, or even sentiment in the form of Darth Vader, their power leaves them, and they begin to falter. Two great examples of this, of course, Darth Vader when he was defeated by Luke on the second Death Star, in large part due to him having love for his child, and being conflicted about killing him or turning him to the dark side. The other example being Darth Sion, who gained compassion for the Jedi exile, and this compassion ultimately allowed the unkillable to let his power slip away, and for death to claim him. Beyond Palpatine's lack of these emotions, he was brought into the fold of the Sith at the optimal time, in the very dawn of a new Sith-led empire. Palpatine was privileged to be taught by one of the most advanced dark-side minds to have ever lived, with Plagueis being a true master of the darkness, and similar to Revan, revolutionizing the way he perceived its power, and how it could be manipulated. Power in the Force is largely based off of a knowledge of it, and an individual's emotions, the latter more concerning the darker aspects of it. If we look at Star Wars, the characters that have proven themselves to be truly the most powerful without the use of the Force are pitiful to say the least. Yoda, an individual several centuries old, cannot walk without the use of a cane when not utilizing the Force. Darth Vader, a quadruple amputee who has been severely burned, and finally, Palpatine, who in the Revenge of the Sith novelization was utterly astounded he could run without using the dark side to bolster his physical abilities. Much of the physical training utilized by the Jedi and Sith is used to teach discipline, as once one has mastered their body, they can begin to master their minds. Yes, naturally physically gifted users such as Maul are extremely powerful, but true power in the Force comes when a practitioner no longer even requires this. So that is my theory, and why I believe in large Sidious is so powerful due to the absence of certain light side emotions. So tell me what you think. Do you believe this is the reason Darth Sidious is so insanely powerful, or are there different reasons why he is able to achieve so much in the dark side of the Force? If you enjoyed the video and feel it deserves it, please leave a like as it helps the channel out a great deal and I really appreciate it. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. If you haven't yet, maybe consider subscribing to ensure you stay up to date with everything Star Wars related. If you have any lore topics or questions you want answered or addressed, do not hesitate to tweet them at me at StupendousWave on Twitter or leave a comment and I will try my best to answer or make a full video dedicated to that topic. Thanks again for watching, may the Force be with you, and have a great day.